She couldn't see them. The entire Syrian army surrounded the city, horses and chariots stretching across every horizon, ready to destroy everything. And her prophet, the man who could speak to God, sat calmly, completely unmoved, as if he could see something no one else could. What did Elisha know that kept him at peace when death was closing in? In the days of the kings of Israel, there was a man named Elisha. He was not a king. He held no throne, commanded no armies, wore no crown. But he possessed something far more powerful than any of these things. He walked with God. He lived as God's mouthpiece in a land that had forgotten how to listen. His reputation spread far and wide not because of his status, but because of the miracles that followed him. The blind received sight, the dead were raised, the sick were healed. And even in times of war he spoke with the authority of heaven itself. Now, across the border in Syria, there was a king named Ben-Hadad. His army was legendary. His horses were swift. His chariots were numerous, and his power was absolute. War raged between Israel and Syria, and Ben-Hadad's strategy was cunning. He would scout the locations where Israel's king planned to defend, and he would strike before they could prepare. Victory after victory fell to Syria. But something was stopping him. Every time Ben-Hadad made his plans, they failed. Every time he positioned his troops, they were already opposed. Every tactical advantage crumbled to nothing. Why? Because Elisha, the man of God, was warning the king of Israel. "Don't go that way," he would say. "The Syrians are waiting." And Israel's king would turn his forces aside, and they would be saved. By the way, if you find any of these videos interesting or enjoyable, please consider subscribing. These take a long time to make, and it really helps us out. Ben-Hadad was not a patient man. He was furious. He gathered his commanders in his war room, his face blazing with rage. "Who is the traitor?" he demanded. "Who speaks to Israel's king? Who betrays our plans?" His generals trembled. One of them spoke up, his voice shaking, "My lord, it is not a traitor among us. It is the prophet Elisha in Israel. He speaks to his king the very words you speak in your bedchamber. He hears what cannot be heard. He sees what cannot be seen." Ben-Hadad's eyes narrowed. His hands clenched into fists. And in that moment, he made a decision that would change everything. "Find him," he commanded. "Find Elisha. Bring him to me. Alive or dead, I don't care. This ends now." Soldiers were dispatched. Scouts were sent out. And soon the word came back. "The prophet is in Dothan." That very night, Ben-Hadad mobilized his entire army, not a small force, not a raiding party, his entire military might. Horses, chariots, infantry, archers. A massive force descended on the city of Dothan in the darkness, completely surrounding it. There was no escape. There was nowhere to run. And Elisha was sleeping inside the city. His servant woke him. The young man was terrified, his hands shaking, his voice breaking. "Master," he cried out, "the Syrian army is here. They are everywhere. We are surrounded. What do we do? How can we escape? We are going to die." He was paralyzed with fear. The numbers were impossible. The situation was hopeless. Death was certain. But Elisha did not move. He did not panic. He did not run. He simply turned to his servant with a calm that seemed almost impossible. "Don't be afraid," he said. His voice was steady, peaceful, certain. "Those who are with us are more than those who are with them." The servant looked at him with confusion. More than what? He could see the Syrian army, thousands of soldiers, thousands of horses, thousands of weapons. What was Elisha talking about? And then Elisha prayed, not with desperation, not with pleading, but with authority and clarity. "Lord," he said, "open his eyes so he may see." In that moment the heavens opened. The servant's eyes were transformed, and what he saw stopped his breath. Suddenly, surrounding the city, not the Syrian army, but God's army. Horses of fire, chariots of fire, not made of metal and wood, but of divine flame. Thousands upon thousands of them. The entire mountain was filled with the army of heaven, invisible to the natural eye until God chose to reveal it. The servant had been surrounded the entire time not by death, but by deliverance. not by enemies, but by the hosts of heaven standing guard. The young man fell silent. His fear evaporated. His heart steadied, because he had seen the invisible. He had witnessed what was true all along. Now the Syrian army descended on the city. They came expecting a fierce battle. They came expecting to capture the prophet. But Elisha walked out to meet them with an unusual request. "This is not the way," he told them. "This is not the city. Follow me, and I will lead you to the man you seek." And the soldiers, confused, obeyed. He led them directly into Israel's capital, into the very presence of the king. And then Elisha prayed again. "Lord, open their eyes." The blindness lifted. The Syrian soldiers looked around and realized with horror that they had been led into a trap. They were surrounded this time by Israel's forces. They were defenseless. They were finished. But something extraordinary happened. The king of Israel turned to Elisha and asked, "Should I kill them?" And Elisha replied, "No. Feed them, give them bread and water, let them eat and drink, then send them back to their king." It was mercy. It was grace. It defied every law of war. It violated every principle of revenge. And that day the Syrian raids on Israel stopped. Ben-Hadad never attacked Israel again, not because he was defeated in battle, but because he had encountered something far greater than military strategy. He had encountered the mercy of God, extended through the courage of a prophet. Perhaps you too are surrounded. Perhaps the walls are closing in. Perhaps you can see only the threats, the obstacles, the enemies, the impossible circumstances that surround your life. Your diagnosis, your deep, your betrayal, your loss, all of it visible, all of it real, all of it threatening. But what if, just like the servant of Elisha, your eyes have not yet been opened to see what is actually true? What if God's army is already surrounding you? What if divine protection is already in place, waiting for you to perceive it? What if the forces of heaven are more numerous, more powerful, more real than anything you can see in the natural realm? The same God who opened the eyes of Elisha's servant can open your eyes too. The same God who surrounded that city with chariots of fire can surround your circumstances with his presence. The same God who stopped the king of Syria can stop every enemy that rises against you. Perhaps you were made for such a time as this, not to be destroyed, but to see the invisible, and to declare to others that God is still fighting, that he is still watching, that he is still present. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really helps us continue providing you with amazing videos like this. Leave your like if this story touched you, and comment below, declare, "I see the invisible," or share how God has opened your eyes to his presence in an impossible situation. We want to hear your story, because your testimony might be the very thing that opens someone else's eyes.